Good morning, Murder Church. What's up? What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Appreciate everyone for coming in here. Please give it a like. Give the stream the old like ski. Share it out on any social media, on any Discords. That'd really help me out. Just made a post on X myself. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing the link, that'd be great. Yeah, we're getting ready to rock and roll. I think in episode 18, Charlie Adelson still on the stand. Still got a little while with him here. We'll see how far we get through today. And yeah, appreciate everyone for coming through. Let's go.
Let's rock.
Boom. We made it. We have done the damn thing. We've made it through the weekend. Well, almost. We still got another day of the weekend. Don't want to rush it too fast. Yeah, welcome in, everybody. Right now I'm working on my nose. It's having some allergy issues, but other than that, I'm here. Made it. A little bit late. About 20 minutes late. We're all right. We're in here, baby. Who else hanging out tonight? This morning. I have no clue what time it is. I have no. Almost pushed it back to another hour. I was like, man, am I going to do this at 10? Nah, I said, fuck it. Let's go. Let's get up. Patricia Burns, welcome in, welcome in. Amanda in the house. Jersey Jen, Bassett Page, Carrie, Gambies. Nice. Daria. Yeah, 9 a.m. Eastern is our normal. Every once in a while I'll push it out to 10, but that is our normal. And BGOG sharing out a little Meowder church there. The kitty of the church. Dude, Jay, it's killing me, man. My God. Not a fan. Not a fan. Hopefully, they usually straighten up halfway through the day, or, you know, even before that, like, usually halfway through the morning, but sometimes they'll last all day, which is stupid. But they were bothering me last night, too, so I took an allergy pill. We'll see how that does. It's like one of those off-brand Claritins. I was trying some of that Zizol, which is like one that used to be a prescription that is now over the counter, and it's like a heavy duty one, but I'm actually taking a break on it because I started getting like this weird like head pain, jaw thing, and I'm taking a break on it just to see if that was the cause, because it didn't start until I started taking those, so we're gonna see. I don't know. Otherwise, I don't know, because it was very strange. But anyway, Charlie Adelson, we're rocking and rolling. We still got him on the stand here. And I think I've got the time right on this. It messed up on me, and I think I've got it back to about where we're at here. I think we're at like an hour 11. We'll see. But yeah, let's get in here. I got a lot going on today. This live will go to about normal usual time, to about, let's say, to about 11:30, 12 per the usual. And then today on the Wrestle Plunge channel, I've got multiple things happening. 4:45 Eastern, I've got a brand new video dropping. That is already available to members over there on Wrestle Plunge. And then at 6 tonight, we go live on Wrestle Plunge for the usual Sunday night live stream. But I've got a brand new promotion that I'm starting in a brand new year. We finished 89 Memphis last week, so we're going to be going into 1990 and playing a promotion out of North Carolina. So I'm excited about it. But yeah, before we get into that, we got to get through Murder Church, though. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, which I've used this one for a long period of time. It usually does the trick, but early in the season when it first started changing, it wasn't. So that's why I kind of started thinking, when somebody I work with does the Zizol, and I was like, oh shit, and I looked it up, and it's supposed to be like a way more effective heavy-duty one, which I guess it is, but I don't know. I feel like it might have made my head and jaw, like the literal, like there's a nerve right here. And I can't even explain it. It happened last Sunday night while I was eating pizza. And it was crazy. And it was all the way up into your head. I don't know. It was very strange. It was very fucking weird. And there's no correlation at all to the Zizol. But I'm putting it there myself because that's the only thing that was new. And I'd never felt that before. So, doing it, baby. Trying to. We're out here, baby. Doing a damn thing. Bassett Page got an allergy issue too. My allergy creates stress, pain in my neck, into my jaw and teeth, then top of the head. It sucks. Hope you find something that works. I have to use a Sudafed to get rid of it. Well, maybe it is something like that because yeah, it was in my teeth, like the bottom of my teeth over here were killing me. It was very, very unpleasant. Brooklyn, what is up? What is up? What's up? All right, without further ado, let's get in here. Let's see what old Charlie Adelson is saying this morning. If he's saying something, he's most likely lying. So let's see.
With your sister, correct?
Yes.
Thanks everybody for coming in.
And
Appreciate
we've learned that at that
we do have a will going. A lot of beautiful, fun folks were coming through on Friday, so I will be keeping an eye on that for anybody that may want to get on the will for a future spin. I just want to see where we're at. Yeah, we're 4 names on the will right now. I'm already having trouble talking because of my nose. Boom.
dinner, Sigfredo Garcia thought about killing you.
Yeah, he was stalking me with Luis Rivera.
And we've learned through this trial that a first attempted murder on Professor Markel's life happened, give or take, 6 weeks later.
Yes.
Now let's talk about July 1, which is about 3 or 4 weeks after that. By the way, up until July 1, had you ever talked to, texted with, met Sigfredo Garcia?
No, not at all.
What happened on July 1?
July 1, I was going to take Katie jet skiing, and I had the jet ski attached to the car, and I drove to her place in Miami, and I went to pick her up, and I I remember it so well. I got flowers right before I picked her up. I bought flowers from the guy selling them in the middle of the street, and I picked Katie up, and we started driving out of her complex, and we got about 100, 200 feet, and this blue car comes flying out of nowhere, flies in front of us, and slams on the brakes. And I've got a car, and I'm towing a 1,200-pound jet ski behind it, and she starts screaming, "That's T, that's T, that's T," and I'm like, I almost rear-ended this car, and this guy gets out of the car, and he comes over, and he's screaming every kind of 4-letter word at me, threatening me. His face was real red. My windows were up, and the guy was going crazy. And I'm kind of a little bit boxed in because the front of my car was almost against the rear of his car, so I couldn't drive past it. And I had a big jet ski and a trailer behind my car, so I ended up putting the car in reverse, doing like a little bit of a 3-point turn, a little bit, swinging the car around. He then got in his car, chased alongside of us, and you can't, if you're towing a jet ski with a car, you can't go real fast, you don't have much acceleration. He was right alongside of us, rolled his window down, was screaming all this stuff at us, and when we got to the light, it was just turning yellow, and I gunned it. I remember making a left-hand turn, and I said to Katie, I go, "That guy's fucking nuts." And she goes, "Nuts?" She goes, "He's really calmed down." And I go, "What do you mean he's calmed down?" And she goes, "The old T I know would have broken your window and dragged you out into the street and beaten your ass."
Now, that evening, by the way, let's talk about, you say T. Did you know Sigfredo Garcia under another nickname as well?
Yeah, well, she referred to him as T or Tuto.
Okay.
Or Sigfredo.
Now, that evening, did your father call you?
Yeah.
And what did your father say to you when he called you, Harvey? What did Harvey say to you when he called you?
He was worried about me.
Why?
Because he got a threatening message on his voicemail, and the guy was saying, something effective. Next time I see you, it's going to be mano a mano. Don't fuck with me. You don't know who I am. Something like that, and then hung the phone up.
Okay. Again, this was July 1, correct?
Yeah.
And this is now 17 days before Professor Markel was murdered, correct?
It was.
So we have Sigfredo Garcia thinking about killing you in March before the first attempt, right?
Yeah.
And now we have him threatening you and trying to run you off the road just 17 days before the actual murder occurred, right?
Yes.
You're aware that the state's theory is that you are co-conspirators with Sigfredo Garcia?
That's their theory.
Now let's go to July 5th. Your dad's birthday party. By the way, what was served at the birthday party?
We had the paella and the chef there cooking it.
Okay. And how many people approximately attended the party?
It was in their apartment. They probably had, let's say, roughly about 30.
Okay. Did you invite Catherine McVanoa to the party?
No, I didn't.
The party was in their apartment, which was where?
It was in South Beach. It was in South Beach. At the Continuum.
Now, what time did the party end?
It went from probably 7-ish to probably about 11:30, 12 o'clock.
How far is the Continuum in South Beach from your house in Fort Lauderdale?
It's every bit of 45 minutes, depending on traffic.
That evening, where did you sleep?
I slept over at Katie's house
Why did you sleep over at Katie's house?
because my brother was in town for my dad's 70th birthday party with his wife and their kids. And then my sister was in town, and the whole family was doing stuff the next day, and it was going to be at my parents' house, at their apartment. So I didn't want to drive all the way back to Fort Lauderdale and then all the way back to Miami.
Does Katie live closer to South Beach than your home in Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah, she's probably 15 minutes away, 10 to 15 minutes.
And did you go back to your parents' apartment the next day on July 6th?
Yeah, I slept at Katie's place. It was one of only 2 times I probably ever slept there. And then I went back to my parents' place like for lunch the next day.
Did Katie come with you?
No, she did not.
Now, I want to draw your attention to June 16th and a late night work with your assistant, Erica.
Yeah.
Do you recall that?
I do.
I know you're not going to know specific times, but how late did you work with Erica that evening?
We worked till about 10 o'clock at night.
Okay. And what did you do after work?
We'd worked through dinner, so we were both hungry.
Hey,
So me
Gambies, thank you for that share. Jay, thank you for that share. Bassett Page, thanks for that share. Appreciate it, guys.
and Erica went to go eat dinner.
And what
Everybody's
time
still sleeping this morning.
did you get home?
I get it.
Approximately.
I'm tired myself.
I got home about 11:45.
Man, and if anybody hasn't seen or started watching that new Gacy show on Peacock, whoa, I'm 2 episodes in. It's really good, guys. Holy cow. It's fun to watch. So I got a couple of things planned. So, of course, Bob was promoting, kind of the revamp of the podcast called Buried. And it's the Gacy tapes, If anybody hasn't listened to that to begin with, make sure you do so. And I can put a link here in the chat as well. I know Bob was promoting it. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch this show. I've already listened to the Gacy tapes, to Bob's tapes, but I'm going to finish the show. I think it's 8 episodes. I'm 2 in, so I got 6 left. Trying for this week, and it may be the following week, but I want to get Bob on here, Bob Mata from Defense Diaries, to talk about Gacy. We're going to do another Gacy episode. It's probably been about a year since we've done a Gacy episode, and now with everyone kind of talking about it again, it's in, again, the Peacock show just dropped, and Bob just dropped the revamp of the podcast called Buried, so it's a good time to do so. Man, the Gacy stuff's absolutely insane, always has been, so I think that'll be good to do. It's called Devil in Disguise on Peacock. I think it's. I don't know if it's on actual television, but it's on the. It's basically like those Netflix shows, the Ramirez brothers, the Jeffrey Dahmer one. Now the Ed Gein one just dropped. Peacock's gotten on the bandwagon. I don't know if anybody remembers this. In the early 2000s, there was a kind of a. Because all of a sudden, it happens every so often. The serial killer stuff. Like true crime's always hot, but every once in a while it gets really hot. And serial killers in general get really hot in media for whatever reason. But in the early 2000s, there was a big surgence in serial killer movies. And they were really pretty good. There's a Ted Bundy one that's pretty good, an Ed Gein one that's pretty good. There's a John Wayne Gacy one that's pretty good. I don't know if there was a Dahmer one or not. I'm sure there is. And I'm not talking about, because there's been horror, there's multiples of these movies, right? Through the 80s, through the 90s. But the early 2000s ones were a little bit different because they were more on the low budget side, and people were, they realized that they could probably get DVD sales or rentals from using something like a famous serial killer, which, like it or not, a lot of times you can get views from, again, talking about something absolutely morbid, such as a serial killer. So, but with what's going on currently, Netflix, Peacock, both picking up, huge conglomerate companies picking up the same vibe, getting back into serial killers. It's interesting. So yeah, I'm going to have Bob on here regardless. And Bob is extremely close and connected to the Gacy case. As we know, his father represented John Wayne Gacy. And I think his dad is depicted in this show, which is interesting. And I thought maybe if they showed Bob Motta Sr. at his house preparing for the trial or something, and there's a kid in the background, that would be Bob Motta. That would be our Bob Motta. So, Just a Crazy Jen, what's up? Welcome. But anyways, check out the show. It's really good. Digging it.
When you got
really
home,
well made.
Did you speak with...
If anybody watches Severance, one of the characters on there, it's the husband of the... I'm terrible with names, by the way. I could look it up here. But it's the author. It's the guy that writes the self-help books and does like the motivational speaking on there. That guy, his name is Michael Sherness. He plays Gacy. And I think Bob Motta, Defense Diaries, actually interviewed him and the producer of the show a while back as well. But man, it's really, really well done.
Catherine McDaniel.
I did. We texted her, or I called her.
And during that conversation on the 16th, but it's really the morning of the 17th, I think, because midnight.
Yeah, it was after midnight.
What happened on that call?
Katie was questioning where I was and who I was with, and saying it was suspicious because I think I ended up calling her probably about 12:30 that night because I came home, changed, took a shower, and then when I finally called her, it was like 12:30. So she thought I was cheating on her.
And was it a heated discussion?
Yeah, I mean, I worked hard all day. I didn't do anything wrong. I went out to dinner with Erica, and like she was just questioning on who I was with and what I was doing, and she was unhappy with me.
Towards the end of the discussion, what did you agree to do with Katie the next day?
I told her I actually my morning off is canceled. I don't start work until 1:45 tomorrow. I said, if you want, come up here and we'll grab lunch.
And did you have lunch with Miss Magbanua the next day?
Yes, I did.
What happened when you had lunch with Catherine Magbanua on the 17th?
She started all over again with like questioning me about the night before, and then she wanted to make plans with me to do dinner on Friday night, and she got very upset at me, and she was just like weirdly adamant, like, this Friday night I want to do dinner with you. Like, why are you saying you don't know? Like, you don't know you're fine to go do dinner with Erica and not call me till 12:30, and just didn't stop, and we got into a fight at lunch.
So let's take that a little bit slower. So you meet with her on the 17th, and on the 17th, your testimony is that she was adamant that she wanted to have dinner with you on the 18th. Is that right?
Yeah.
And where did she want to have dinner with you?
She wanted to make dinner plans and go down to Miami.
Was that odd?
I mean, it was Friday night. She was my girlfriend, so from that perspective, it wasn't odd. What was odd is that she was so adamant, and when I pushed back on it, there was no push. She was like, started questioning me even more.
Now, where were you going to work on the 18th?
I was working in Jupiter.
Okay. So we're in Tallahassee, so let's just make sure everyone knows where Jupiter is compared to Miami, where Catherine McDaniel is, where she wanted you to have dinner. How far is Jupiter from Miami?
I would say with no traffic, it's probably 2 hours and 15 minutes, maybe 2:30.
And so, and I might have said the wrong month. We're in July. July, not June. July 17th, correct?
Yeah, that's what
Okay. So, why did you want to go all the way back down to Miami, and what did you tell Catherine McVaniel?
Telling Katie I'm going to be in the car for at least an hour and a half driving up to Jupiter. My back kills me when I'm in the car for that long. I got to drive back another hour and a half home. I got 2 offices I'm working in. I got 10 hours of surgery I'm doing. I don't even know what time I'm getting out. And she was just like, oh, so it's just going to be another late night and you don't want to see your girlfriend on a Friday night?
And how did the lunch end?
I told her that, I said, you're acting like a bitch. I didn't call her a bitch, but I said she was acting like a bitch.
And did you leave the restaurant?
Yeah, we had some words, and I put some money down on the table, and we both walked out. And I'm like, I got to get to work. I can't deal with this now.
Did you contact her, or did she try to contact you during the day of the 17th, July 17th?
She called me while I was at work around 6:30, but I was still working, and I didn't pick up the call.
When did you speak to her again?
I was pretty
Just
pissed.
dropped a poll in there. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's hilarious to watch him look at the jury. He really thinks he's convincing them. Yeah, he's full of himself for sure, man. He's full of shit. But I guess this is, his only move at the time. He's like, man, I can do this, right? You can already tell by the way he talks to basically everyone in these calls how he thinks that he knows it all when he clearly didn't know jack diddly dick about nothing. But yeah, he's interesting to watch. He's fucking out of his mind. But yeah, my God. Carolina, welcome in. Whoa, Carolina, coming through hot. She didn't think Wendy will be arrested. I thought about. I tried to add a funny one in there, but didn't have enough letters. I was going to add in escapes to Vietnam, but they kick her out, and then she's promptly arrested. But yeah, there are folks that think that she won't be arrested, though.
Pissed at her. So
I know that there's.
didn't call her.
I know that
until
Jay's
after
talked about
12
those
that
folks
night
before
after
on his.
Came
on his
home.
X
I went
account.
to the gym, took a shower. I called her after 12.
And
I think
when
there's
you
enough to
called her
arrest her.
after
I think she
12
probably
that
will be arrested.
evening,
I think Harvey will be also.
did you apologize?
If he doesn't die first, the man looks old as fuck.
We eventually
Old's Harvey.
smooth things over a little bit. Like I felt bad for saying that to her, and she was still mad at me and still wanting to see me. So I did smooth things over, but not entirely.
Now, the next day, you have several text communications with Miss. Judge, may we briefly approach?
81. Harvey's 81.
That day-
Yo, Lexi the Law Nerd,
Now
thanks
on
for that
the
share on
18th,
X.
July
Appreciate
18th.
it.
Did you speak with your sister that morning?
I did.
What do you recall talking to your sister about?
I called her in the car on the way up to work. And
I didn't see that. Carolina says, I want her to, and I'm mad that she's not, but the Markel's attorney just put out a statement that we're at the end. If that's coming from the Markels, like they're getting done, that doesn't really, in my opinion, weigh on the state, and the possibility of what charges they could bring, but I don't know. Jay says the Markel's family lawyer just came out in an interview and said he thinks it's probably the end of the road for charges. Bummer to hear. Oh, no. Well, I guess they'd be closest to the state and Georgia and just the prosecutors in general to get that information first, but that would definitely suck. Also, hell, maybe they're just trying to better put her at ease, right? It's like them to play games. I'm just gonna say, I think that maybe they're just trying to put her at ease. Frog, welcome in here. False. She's gonna be confident as hell now, walking around like nothing. I don't know. Maybe they'd want her to slip up, like, oh, now that she doesn't think any charges are coming, maybe she may say something stupid or try to rekindle with Harvey somehow, or maybe communicate. She's definitely smart enough at this point, and after everything she's seen, not to say anything stupid over a fucking police phone to Charlie or Donna, though, I would imagine. Obviously, the way she's handled handled everything's pretty damn smart. I mean, besides driving by the liquor store, like communication wise, there's not anything that I've really seen that's going to implement her deeply. And correct me if I'm wrong in the chat here. You know, I'm definitely a lot more frustrated with this case than a lot of other folks, but yeah.
Talking to her, she's told me that she was
Jay,
having TV set repair.
Dude, thank you, man. It's fucking getting me this morning. $2 from Jay. He's also getting on the wheel. You can get some goodies here. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that, brother. But, dude, my allergies are really getting me right now. Yesterday was bad most of the day. I hate it. I hate it. Sucks. Hopefully it straightens up here.
Thought she had told me that Lincoln had thrown something at it.
Hey, man. You know, they like to play games, too.
So she was getting a TV fix. And then
Which is
I was
smart.
Also, the reason I called her was because I was in a fight with
in
Katie
that department. I mean, she's played this better than a lot of them.
So I spoke to her.
The rest of her
told
family,
what I said to
essentially.
Katie, and she gave me sisterly advice, like
I don't know.
like she usually
That does suck to hear.
And again, that morning,
Yeah, that's a good point too. That police interview is very, like, she said so many stupid things in that. Yeah, no, I
car
agree.
for quite some time.
No, frog
about an hour and a
again.
half.
Yeah, I'll never get windy.
You were working at one or two offices that day.
I was working
Oh
in
my
2
God.
offices, but
Look at me at
across the
night,
street
too,
from each other.
are
in
you?
Jupiter.
Okay. And during the call up to Jupiter, did you make several phone calls?
Yeah, and that's my morning routine, and I was in the car for an hour and a half, so I was on the phone a bunch.
Now, there's several times where there's a phone call made, and then immediately after there's another call, and there's short calls, and then immediately after there's another call. Do you know why that was the case?
Yeah, because there's a stretch of highway between West Palm and up in Jupiter where you'll get drop calls constantly. So you'll call somebody and then you can't hear the person or it doesn't go through, and they start talking, hang up and call them again. So the calls drop constantly up there.
Do you recall having some text message communication with a friend named Mike and also Catherine McBanawa about dinner that night?
Yes, I did.
And without getting into too many specifics, what was the general issue?
Mike had wanted me to get dinner with him because
I just
his
saw your
house
tweet
is
too,
kind
Jay.
of closer to kind
Damn.
of close to Jupiter, and sometimes when I'm up that way, I'll see him. Katie was still upset about the other day and feeling like I give more time to other people and questioning why it's a Friday night and I don't want to spend it with her. I eventually just texted with Katie and I apologized for calling her a bitch and telling her I said she was acting like one. I didn't call her one, but evidently to some people there was no difference. And I shouldn't have said it, so I ended up apologizing and making dinner plans with her.
So you chose to make dinner plans with Katie that night, correct?
Yeah.
And where the dinner plans were going to actually happen, did you get that far in making specific plans?
No, but I said I just want to do something casual in Fort Lauderdale. I don't want to get all dressed up and head to Miami.
Okay. Now, the second office you were working in for a little period of time, right? That evening.
What?
In other words, let me
Yeah.
you had a bunch of surgeries in that second office, right?
Yeah, they're usually packed.
And do you recall from a text message that around a little after 6 you were about to start a big procedure?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Now, at some point in time, you
sneeze.
hear from your mom. How do you hear from your mom?
I had a missed call from her, 1 or 2 missed calls, and then she texted me, "Call us ASAP."
And why did you miss? Why did you miss the calls? What were you doing?
I was in surgery.
Okay. After she texted you, call her ASAP. What did you do?
I stopped what I was doing. I could see the text messages on the phone as they come in, so I knew it was important. I stopped what I was doing, and I called her right back.
When you called her back, what did she tell you?
She told me that Wendy had just called her, and that Dan had been shot, and that it was serious, and that her and my dad are going to be going up to Tallahassee to be with her.
How did you react?
I was shocked. I said, is he okay? Is he going to be okay? Are the boys okay? Or Wendy's okay? Like what happened?
And what did your mom tell you?
She said she didn't know any details, that it was really serious, and that Wendy's with the police right now, and they're questioning her.
Now, after you got off the phone with your mom, what did you do?
I went back to work.
And did you have some communications with people after that through text messages about how you were feeling?
I did.
And generally speaking, how were you feeling?
I wasn't feeling great. I was pretty upset about what I just heard.
Now, around what time, if you remember, did you leave the office?
Probably about between 8:20 and 8:30.
Okay. And again, it's a pretty far drive, correct? Even at that time of night.
Yeah, there's no traffic at that time, so I could speed a little bit. But
On your car ride home, did you make phone calls?
yes, I did.
And in particular, and we'll do it one at a time, did you speak with Catherine Magbanua?
Yes, I did.
And what did you tell Catherine Magbanua on your ride home?
I told her that my ex-brother-in-law had been shot, and it's serious. And I just told her I really didn't feel like going out tonight, and just hang out at the house if you still want to come over. She said, no, I'm still coming to see you.
How did she seem?
Seemed normal. I mean, she seemed concerned, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Now, are you aware that after that phone call, Catherine Magbanua had to frantically go around and try to get a babysitter for her kids?
No, not at all.
Now, did you speak with your mom on the way home to your house?
Yeah, like I called my parents also from the car.
And what did you find out from your parents?
That they were getting ready to leave, and that they were heading up to they were going to head up to Tallahassee, and that they were going to probably stop up in Orlando because it's late, and they wouldn't get up there so they're going to spend the night in Orlando and then go up to Tallahassee.
Now, you've seen text messages in this case where there's some indication your mom says outside your house, and 20 minutes later, after that text message, you say 10 minutes. Do you recall those text messages?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Did you see your parents that evening?
No, not at all.
When your mom says outside your house, does that mean to you that she was actually at your house?
No, it meant that she was passing by my house outside it on the vicinity, seeing if I was home.
On the phone call that you had with your mom on the way home, did you discuss anything about your parents stopping at your house?
Yeah, I said, text me when you're close. If I'm home, stop by and see me, because my house is a football field length away from the exit of the turnpike.
And when they were close, were you anywhere near your house?
No, and I missed their text. I didn't get home for 40 minutes after that text came through.
When you got home, what did you do?
When I got home, I changed, took a shower. Changed, and I played phone tag with Katie to see where she was at. I think I talked to her after I got out of the shower, and she was going to be heading over to hang out with me.
You have a text with your friend Mike that said you went to the gym. Do you have a gym? Did you go to the gym?
No.
Oh shit! I didn't realize I was muted. I was muted because I don't want you guys to hear me blowing my nose. But yeah, I was saying I don't have any actual tissues like that are not going to hurt my nose. I got these fucking rough paper towels.
Do you know if you worked out in your house that night?
I don't know. I've got some workout equipment in the house, so I may very well have, but I didn't go to the gym that night.
Your friend Mike wanted to have dinner with you that night, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you get to the house, you said you called Katie after your shower. Why did you call her?
To see if she was still planning on coming over and what time she was going to be there, because it was already like 10:15.
And did she come to your house that night?
Yeah, she said she was going to be leaving shortly, and I think I even said either text me or call me when you're on your way.
Did she actually come to your house that evening?
Yes, she did.
Around what time did she arrive?
She got there about 11 o'clock.
What happened when she arrived?
When she arrived to my house, she came in through the garage, entered into the kitchen from the side door like she always does, and she just looked panicked and upset. I mean, she walked straight in and gives me this big, tight hug and asked me, like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, this is a horrible day." But she looked more upset than I've ever seen her. I'm like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "No,
Jesus
I'm not."
Christ. Killing me this morning.
I'm like, "What's wrong?"
It's the worst it's been for
She's like,
wow.
"Just come sit down. I need to talk to you."
Where
BGOJ.
did you go?
We walked
Hey.
into the living room.
Rash right now is laying out puzzle pieces that are going to, I know that he's been convicted. I know this is hindsight. I think we're all going to have a change of heart. I think the puzzle pieces are all going to connect.
And what happened when you got to the living room?
We sat down on the couch. And she
Yeah,
started
maybe.
to talk to me.
Maybe
And
toilet
she
paper's
said,
the way to go.
Listen, this
Hey,
is
welcome
all
in.
my
Need
fault.
some
I
sleep.
had no idea anything was going to happen.
Need
but
some
this is
Z's.
totally my fault. I spoke in too much detail about your family's personal problems, about your sister, Dan Markel, and the $1 million offer.
What did you say?
I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "My friend killed Dan, and he wants to be paid $1/3 of $1 million."
How did you react?
I was like, "What did you just say?" And she's like, "My friend killed Dan, and he wants you to pay $1/3 of $1 million."
What happened next?
I stood up and I started cursing at her. I'm like, "What the fuck? Are you kidding me?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, who did this? Who's your friend that did this? And she's like, "I don't want to say. I can't say." And I said, who was it? And she just kept saying, "I'm not going to tell you." And I was like, was it Sigfredo? And she's like, "No, I'm not telling you." And I just walked in my bedroom and sat down on the edge of my bed.
What happened when you got in the bedroom?
She came into the bedroom, followed after me. She sat down next to me. She started telling me, like, "I'm so sorry. This is all my fault, but I didn't know any of this was going to happen." And I'm like, "Katie, I'm not going to be part of this shit. Like, I'm not going to be part of paying for a murder. This is insane." And she's like, "Look, if you don't pay in 48 hours, they will kill you."
Whoa.
And I said, "Katie, I feel like I'm
Jerome,
getting
welcome
extorted
in.
now."
How did she respond to that?
She got really mad at me. She got angry. And she's like, "Look, I'm not extorting you." She's like, "I got dragged into this the same way you got dragged into this."
See, I don't
She's
remember
like,
this at all, actually. Like, this is, and I watched this with Jay originally, but again, I was doing lots of different things. I was mostly working, so I don't even remember this.
It's my fault for running my mouth the way I did, but I'm not extorting you. Like, I'm trying to help you. So she's like, she goes, "What are you going to do? You're going to go to the police?" She goes, "You go to the police, they'll kill you."
Did she tell you that they would just kill you, or they would also kill other people?
She said, "He'd come after you, he'd come after the family." Like, "Charlie, you don't have a choice. Just pay the money. You said you had the cash. You said you were going to pay 1/3. Like, just do it. Like, I'm trying to help you out."
What did you do then?
I said, "Katie, I don't have $1/3 in cash." And she's like, "You said you did." And I was like, "No, cash isn't. I can write a check for $1/3. I don't need to take out a loan." And she's like, "Well, you have a ton of money in your safe." And I said, "Katie, I don't have that much in my safe. I do have a lot." And
He
said,
threw in, "I do have a lot, though.
"Come, take a look."
I can do it."
And I walked over to my safe. I opened it up. I'm like, "Here, take a look." I took it out and piled some put it on the dresser next to us. And I said, go ahead and count. Because that's not $1/3
And did she count it?
Yes, she did.
How much money did she count?
$138,000.
So it wasn't $100,000, it was $138,000.
Correct.
What did she do with $138,000?
She had a big purse. She put it in her purse. And she asked me, she goes, how can you get the rest? And I'm like, hey, that's all the cash I've saved up from forever. And she said, can you go to your parents and get it? And I was like, if I go to my parents, my dad will go to the cops in a second. Like, there's no way I'm going to be able to stop my dad from going to the police. Like, I could never say anything to him.
So this is the first time he's ever told the
What happened
story?
next?
She asked me, she said, well, can you pay like $3,000 a month? And I said, yeah, I can do that.
Wow.
Now, at this point in time,
You can tell he's like,
you have any
"Ryan, but
idea
still,
that
this is interesting. I
she
haven't
was
seen
part
this,
of the extortion?
or I didn't know this.
No, she kept saying it was all her fault and that she didn't know any of this was going to happen. And she was upset.
what did she do next?
She took her purse, her keys, and her phone, and she's like, "I'm going to go call my friend and see if this works for him, and I'm going to try to help you out." And she walked out of the house, and my bedroom was right next to the front door. She walked out of my bedroom outside of the front door and closed the door behind her.
When she went out of the house, what did you do?
I just paced around my house, and I remember sitting in the living room. I got a wood coffee table, and I was just sitting on the coffee table, just in shock, thinking, what the fuck just happened?
What happened when she came back in the
Wow.
house?
She came in the house, and she was being the good guy and telling me that she's going to look out after me, and she's so sorry this happened. It's the same thing she was saying beforehand, and that she was going to make sure that nobody pays me a visit. And she's like, I spoke to him. You can pay $3,000 a month, or you can pay the rest off. She goes, but the $3,000 a month you're paying doesn't go towards the balance.
What did you do after she told you that?
I just said fine, and I walked downstairs into the kitchen, and I was shaking, and I took a bar of Xanax,
Where did you go?
and I walked outside from the kitchen through the sliders into the backyard. I closed the sliding glass door behind me. I think she got the picture. I wanted to be alone, and I just sat outside behind my house for a while.
Now, when you came back into the house, what was she like?
She was just apologizing and just telling me that her friend's crazy and she's so sorry, and she ran her mouth too much about everything and about the $1 million offer, and she was telling me that she was going to protect me.
Did she take a Xanax as well?
I don't know if she did. She may have, but I didn't give her one.
Did she spend the night that night?
She did sleep over that night.
Now, why didn't you kick her out?
I was in the state of shock, and I didn't think she had anything to do with it. I didn't even want to believe that she had anything to do with it.
I mean, how does it make sense that even if you do the $3,000 per month thing, it doesn't go towards the final balance? Like, what? You're just giving $3,000 for the rest of your life?
When you came back in the house, what happened to you next?
The Xanax was really starting to set in. It's probably about a half hour I was outside. I remember going into the bedroom and sitting down. I sent the text to my parents to see if they were up in Orlando yet or where they were. And then I laid down in bed, and I passed out pretty soon after that.
The next morning, when did she leave?
She left about 8:30 in the morning.
And how was she in the morning? How was she acting?
She was apologizing and telling me how sorry she is, and she was blaming herself and saying it's all my fault for running my mouth, and telling my friend about this. And she was just telling me that she was going to protect me and that I wasn't going to get a visit from anybody.
What did she tell you anything in particular before she left the house?
Yeah, she told me, whatever you do, she said, please don't tell anybody about what happened. Like, don't tell anybody about this. Never talk about this. Never talk about it on the phone. She said, never call me up and start talking about this. And the last thing she said to me is like, can we just pretend like this never even happened?
She leaves the house, and we're going to get into specifics, but that day, July 19th, where do you go?
I don't leave the house. I was home all day.
What were you thinking and what were you doing when you were home on the 19th?
I was sleeping a bunch. I think I took probably some more Xanax. Just trying to relax.
I love
And
Xanax.
I was just real upset.
That morning, did you speak with your parents and with Wendy Adelson?
I did. I talked to my parents that morning.
And what did you find out?
I found out that Dan had died.
And why did you call Wendy Adelson?
Because that was the first call I called after my parents told me that, to see how she was, see how the boys were.
Now, you're home alone the entire day of the 19th. Did you think about going to the police?
I thought about it, but I thought I'm going to get killed if I go to the police. It's not going to bring Dan back. It just seemed like a bad idea.
Over the days following, did you continue to go back and forth about whether to go to the police or not?
Every time I thought about it, I thought through what could happen to me. What
I'm ready
what
for
would be the
cross.
benefit
I'm ready for cross.
versus
Come on
the
now.
Pros versus the cons.
And why didn't you go to the police?
I thought if I went to the police that they'd kill me.
Now, there are some text messages into
Looking at the
evidence
jury.
on the 19th.
It's like, are they
Text
buying this
messages
shit?
between you and Catherine Magbanua. I think there's 3 of them. Do you recall those text messages?
Yeah, we texted during the day.
And there are text messages about the weather and pool and going and
Yeah, thick neck.
and Catherine Magbanua going to the pool. Do you recall that?
Yeah.
What are those text messages about?
I was trying to show her that I was trying to pretend like this didn't even happen. Like, I think one of the texts said, "I'm going to the gym." I didn't go to the gym that day. My phone will show I never left my house.
Now, you say that she said that you could pay all at once, or you could pay $3,000 a month.
That's what they used to call
That's
them.
what her friend would accept, right?
Yes.
Did you think about paying it all at once?
I thought about it. I thought, I'll do it, and it'll get these people out of my life forever. But then I thought, this is extortion. One thing I know about extortion is it never ends. So if I paid it all at once, I thought that may be more of a reason that they come kill me. Or if I pay it all off, they're going to come back and ask for more money.
In the days following the extortion, did your sleeping habits change?
Yes.
What did you start doing?
I slept with a gun in my nightstand ever since then. And I started carrying my gun on me also.
I had to start packing heat, dog. Shit.
I'm showing you it's marked for identification purposes only as Defendant's Exhibit 51 and Defendant's Exhibit 52. Can I take your honor?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Take a look at those. Do you recognize those items?
I was up all night. I go
I
to
do.
bed to like 2 or something.
Judge, I would move Defendant's Exhibit 51 and 52. Well, before I move in 52. The 52 are some text messages. Are those text messages that you recognize that you kept in your ordinary course of dealings with text messages?
All night
Yes,
long.
they are.
I would move in at this time 51 and 52.
Any objection from the state?
I have not reviewed these.
Please let Ms. Koppelman look at 51 and 52.
All night long.
No objection, Your Honor.
Defense 51 and 52 are admitted at this time.
Now, on within 11 days after your extortion, did you do anything in particular to your house and to the Adelson Institute?
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
A few days after it happened, I called up a camera guy, and I got a whole system set of cameras installed at my house and in my office, and in my office, like pointing out to the parking lot also.
Judge, may I publish? I'm showing you what's marked as. Actually, let me show you the original. I'm showing you what's marked as Defendant's Exhibit 51.
Oh my god.
Is this a check for the cameras?
Yes, it is.
And how much did you pay for the camera system?
I paid $2,140.
And what date was the check made out for?
7/30/2014.
And in the memo line, what does it say?
It says camera.
I'm showing you some text messages from a couple days earlier. And these are text messages between you and your parents, and you and camera Adriel. Who's camera Adriel?
Adriel is the name of the guy who installed the cameras, so I just put his name in my phone as camera, so it's easy to look up. Camera Adriel.
And here are you indicating that you put cameras in your house as well as the Adelson Institute?
Yeah, that's why there's two DVRs. There was one for the house and there was one for the office, and it's 23 cameras in total.
Why did you think it was so important to put all of a sudden a camera system up?
It was I was worried about my safety. I fully expected these people to come back and possibly try to kill me. So I just wanted to beef up my security system in the house and the office.
Okay, I want to switch gears a teeny bit.
That's my security system behind me there. You can see it. Look at all that. Look at that professional monitoring. Only a couple of them actually work, but most are broke. But
What was your sister like in the weeks following?
boom! Jersey Jen gonna help me out this morning. $2 in the pot, in the plate. Boom! Show PB some love and pass it. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Jersey Jen. Jersey Jen coming through this morning for Murder Church. I really appreciate the donation. Thank you very much, Jersey Jen. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! In the church, baby. Thank you very much, Jen. I appreciate it.
The murder.
With allergies.
She was a wreck.
I'm dying.
I mean, she looked horrible. She didn't leave the house. She wasn't eating.
Before we go into that subject, I want to bring up one other thing about the cameras. Are there text messages earlier in the year where your parents are asking you to put up cameras at the Adelson Institute?
We talked about it, and I actually had a camera system at my house, but it was older, it was antiquated, and it didn't work really good. It was from like 2008, so the technology was 6-7 years old.
Those text messages earlier in the year to put up a camera system at the office, had you ever acted upon that?
No, we talked about it, but I never got around to it.
It's not until within a week or so after you're extorted that you act upon that, correct?
Yeah, I called the camera guy about 3 or 4 days after I got extorted, and then it took him like a week to get the cameras and to set up an appointment to install it.
Let me ask you another question. And we're going to get to your mom learning what happened. But before we get there, after you were extorted, did you tell anyone about what happened to you?
Seeking justice.
No.
Thank you for the
nobody.
share. Appreciate it.
Why not?
Katie told me before she left my house that morning, she's like, you cannot talk to anybody about this. Don't ever talk about this with anyone. Don't ever talk on the phone about it. Don't even talk to me about this ever again. Like, nobody can find out, but I'm going to protect you.
Let's
I'm
get
hoping
back
it
to
chills
it.
out. I don't really feel bad. It's just annoying.
So, I think you said Wendy was a mess.
Yeah.
Did
I
there
heard the
come a
streets, though, for
time
sure.
When you went out to dinner,
Shit, $2 more. Jersey Gin. That song deserves another pass of the plate. Thank you very much. Every once in a while, I'll sing for you. You never know. I may break down a little song for you. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate it.
your sister,
Yes.
and how long after the murder was that?
Sometimes I feel like food helps, like, I don't even know how to say it. Like, it's like almost like it confuses. Like, my head and body right now are just like, fuck you with the allergies. Your nose is done. It's going to be clogged. But, like, if I ate something, I would confuse my body and it would be like, oh, food, sweet. And it would, like, forget about, I swear that happens. I'm also a crazy person. Does Wendy go down? I put it up as a poll before I heard that the possibility that she may not be going down at all. Everyone's thinking next year, though. 13 votes there.
I'd say it was about 2 weeks after. Maybe even a hair more. Around about 2 weeks.
And what happened when you
Morning,
went out
Tina.
to dinner with her?
I picked her up. I said, what do you feel like getting? You want to get pizza? You want to get sushi? And she's like, I love sushi. So I said, all right, I'll take you to this. I'll take you to a really good place for sushi.
Where did you go?
We went to a restaurant called Juvia. And it's actually a pretty fancy sushi place.
What happened during the dinner?
She got really sick. When we got to the restaurant, we didn't have a reservation or anything. They sat us at the bar. They served us a drink at the bar. And it was one of those like martinis that have like 3 shots in them, so they're strong. And then we sat at the dinner table.
Were you drinking and celebrating the death of Professor Markel?
Absolutely not. We sat at the bar waiting for a table for an hour, and then when we sat at the table, we each had one drink.
Now, I want to move on to August. Well, before we get there, sorry. In July, did you break up with Catherine McBanawa?
Yes.
How did you break up with her?
This happened on a Friday night. And I'd say within a week, I met her. I said, "Come, let's
Dude,
have
I
dinner."
know. Watching him, like he smirks just a little bit when he talks about stuff like that.
And
Weirdo.
and we went out for tacos.
What's up, Debbie?
And I said, like, we can't do this anymore. I don't want to be in a relationship with you.
How did she react?
I think she knew it was
Yeah.
coming. I mean, there was no surprise on her
Need
part.
some Z's. Thinks she's the real
Now-
mastermind.
In August, did you see her?
I'm just a
I saw her
grandma.
one time in August.
Why did you see her in August?
I saw her one time in August to pay her $3,000 for her friend.
When you paid her the money in August, how did you pay her?
I paid her $3,000 in cash.
And at this point in time, did you know that she was actually part of the extortion?
No, I thought she was. I thought she was not part of it. I was a little suspicious, but she just kept telling me that how sorry she was, and she was adamant that she had nothing to do with it and didn't know this was going to happen.
When you gave her the cash in August, did she make any request of you?
Yes, she did.
What request did she make?
She said, "Look, none of this money's going to her. She's giving all the money to her friend." She said, "Can you do me a favor? I need to get health insurance for my kids. Like, I'm helping you out. Nobody's going to ever pay you a visit. Can you give me $2,000 in cash for my friend and write me a check for $1,000 every month?" And that way, she said she'll cash it, give the money to her friend, and then that way she can get health insurance for her kids.
Okay, so let's break that down a little bit. She says to you she needs health insurance for her kids.
Mm-hmm.
And she says to you, I'm getting none of the money at all.
Yeah, she said none of this is going to her.
But it would really help me if $1,000 of the $3,000 can be in the form of a of being on the books of your business, essentially.
Yes.
And did you say to her, Catherine, we just did a murder. I can't put you on the books of the business because that creates a paper trail.
No, we didn't just do a murder. I just got extorted.
Now, what did you say to her when she made you that request?
I said, I'll do it for you. Like, no problem. I mean, I wanted to keep her happy.
Now, before you did that for her, what did you have to do?
I had to call my mom because she does the books at the office. I don't even have the checkbook. And I called her up and I said, I want to put Katie on payroll at the office for $1,000 a month.
When you called your mom, what did she say to you?
She said, was Katie going to be coming into the office? Was she going to start working for us? And I said, no, she's not. And she's like, well, what's Katie going to be doing? And I go, oh, she's just going to be helping me out with some stuff and different things. It's a long story. And I think my mom was someplace when I was talking to her on her cell phone because she didn't question me much after that.
Did you make any special requests
Sounds like he has a hooker on retainer.
to your mom about how the checks would be made?
Call me crazy.
Yes, I did.
What was your request to your mom?
I said, put them as like, give me like 4 or 5 checks at a time because I just want to hand them to her like that. So I said, write me a bundle of checks at a time.
Why did you want your mom to give you a bundle of checks at a time?
Because I only planned on seeing her one time a month, and that was to make the extortion payment. So I figured if I gave her 4 or 5 checks each time, that's all I planned on seeing her.
Now, sometimes did you give her less than 4 or 5 checks at a time?
Not that I can recall.
Now, did there come a time when you went to go pick up the checks from your mom?
Yes.
And where did you go to pick up the checks?
I went to my parents' apartment.
And who was there when you came to pick up the checks?
My mom was there, and I don't think my dad was there at the time. He wasn't there at that time.
Was he there or
No,
wasn't he?
she was alone. There was no one else there.
Now, when you went to go pick up the checks, what happened? And what do you remember?
I remember walking in, saying hi to my mom, and she's like, oh, the checks are over there on the counter like you asked for. And I saw there was a white envelope and there was a stack of checks sitting there. And she said, what's Katie doing for you? And I thought we'd already addressed it, but she's working at the office, and I'm like, no, I told you she's not. She's like, well, $1,000 a month is a lot of money to pay somebody. And she's like, what exactly is she doing for you? And I said, it's a long story. And then she said, well, I'm your mom, like, tell me. Like, don't just tell me it's a long story. So this time she was like, and I was face to face with her, and she was more persistent in asking me,
What's up, Sammy?
what the heck's going on? Are you still dating her? And I'm like, no, we're definitely not dating anymore. And she's like, well, why are you giving her $1,000 a month? This makes no sense.
What happened next?
I told my mom, I wanted to tell somebody because if I get killed, at least somebody will know where to look or what it could have been about. So I wanted my mom to know what happened, but I also didn't want her saying anything to anybody. So I told my mom, I said, listen, I'm going to tell you something, but I never want to talk about it again. I never want you to talk to me about it on the phone. Don't talk about it anywhere. And please, whatever you do not say anything to Dad. Do not say anything to Wendy. Do not try to make me go to the police because I'm not going. You got to promise me all that, and then I'll tell you.
Morning, Teresa.
And what did you tell your mom?
I told her that the night of the 18th, I got extorted for $250,000.
How did your mom react?
She flipped out.
Oh, try.
She's like, what do you mean? Like, what is this about? Like, you know who killed Dan?
What did she want to do?
She wanted to go to the police.
And what did you tell her?
I said, absolutely not. I said, it's not going to bring Dan back. I go, you're just going to end up getting me killed, or they'll come after somebody in the family.
What was agreed upon between you and your mom that evening?
That she was never going to say anything to anybody.
How about to your dad?
That, not my dad, not my sister.
Why were you so persistent with your mom that she couldn't tell your dad or your sister?
Because I thought they'd go to the police. I didn't think there'd be any way to stop them. These people told me, I mean, I was told the night of the extortion, you got 48 hours to pay up or you're going to get killed. These people were not messing around.
Now, your mom gives you the checks, the first set of checks
Yes,
that day.
yes.
And do you remember what month that was?
That was in September.
After she gave you those checks, would you periodically have to meet with your mom and get more checks?
Yeah, but not. I didn't even realize the staff got paid bi-weekly, so they got their checks every 2 weeks. So when I'd asked her for 4 or 5 checks, I was thinking like that would be good for the month. I didn't realize that was going to be like, 8-10 weeks.
Did your mom bring this subject up again?
She would ask me, "Are you okay?" She asked me, "Do you need anything?" She asked me, "Do you need money?" I'm like, "No, I don't want you guys getting involved. It's bad enough that I'm involved in this."
For the next 20 months, what did you do with regards to money and Catherine Magbanua?
Every single month, when I met her, I gave her $2,000 and the stack of checks to carry her forward.
And again, what did you think she was doing with those checks?
I thought she was cashing the checks and giving the $3,000 to her friend.
Now, we've heard a lot about gifts. We've heard about Lexus with 160,000 miles. We've heard about plane tickets. We've heard about, I guess, breast augmentation, but let's put that aside because I think that's a different category. We've heard about a whole host of gifts regarding, over the next 20 months, you giving a bunch of gifts to Catherine Magbanua. You recall that testimony in this courtroom?
Yes, I do.
The gifts that you gave to Catherine Magbanua, was that part of the extortion? Were those extortion payments?
No, not at all.
What were the gifts?
The gifts were me trying to keep Katie happy. And I didn't think Katie was any part of this extortion at all because she was constantly broke. I mean, she'd be hitting me up for $300. I mean, there's no way that she was getting that $3,000 and then asking me for $300 or running short on this or running short on that or can't pay a car bill.
So I want to make sure that we're crystal clear here. The fact that she was always saying she was broke, did that make you more certain or less certain that she was not part of the extortion?
It made me more certain that there's no way that she's involved. I mean, she's telling the truth. The extortion never went up. I mean, she could have
fucking dying,
just
guys.
raised the extortion payment.
Joe, morning,
instead of having to
Pokemon
ask me for
morning.
money. Every time she was asking me for money, I actually felt good. I felt like she wasn't part of it.
One more moment, Your Honor.
Damn,
Take your time.
she would chill out. Just keeps hitting me. Just lurking. Just
Showing you defendant's
snot
exhibit
lurking.
56 and 57 for identification purposes only. Do you recognize these text messages?
I do.
One of those text messages from December 2nd, 2014,
Yes, it is.
and is one of them from
Lord.
November 25, 2015.
Yes, it is.
Are these text messages, do you recognize them as being kept in your ordinary course of business?
Yeah, there was text messages from my phone.
Judge, I would move in these exhibits at this point in time.
Any objection?
No objection.
They're admitted at this time, defense 56 and 57, I believe.
Yes. May I publish, Your Honor?
You may.
The first message is from December 2nd, 2014, Defendant's Exhibit 56. And Katie is, oh boy.
Wait for it.
Go away. Do it a different way. I'm going to have to make it the right switch. Do you recall her asking for a favor that she needs to borrow from you in December of 2014?
Yes.
Do you recall in November of 2015, she's talking about how she's embarrassed because her credit card was declined?
That old David said, yeah.
Now, as time went on, let me back up. After the extortion, you break up with her,
Yes.
and you see her only once a month or so.
It was once a month, except for the occasion of maybe there was one other time, 1 or 2 times.
Now, your communications with her in August and September, and maybe the first part to most of October of 14, through text messaging, do they dwindle, stay the same, or go up?
No, I was trying to have limited contact with him.
And as time goes on, however, what happens to your relationship?
I become more sure that she's not part of the extortion at all. And it really what I was going by is how broke she was. There's no way she got all this money and she's so broke and she's still working and we became friendly again. You know, our relationship was very different, but it was different but stronger because I needed her for my safety.
Okay. And so you've seen some of the emails, and I'm sure the state will show you a bunch of these emails in cross-examination where it's clear in the emails that you're learning a lot about each other, you're texting each other somewhat, you're talking as if you're friends.
We were friends. We weren't boyfriend and girlfriend anymore. That ended. But she was protecting me.
Now, during this entire period of time before the bump, we're not at the bump yet. During this entire period of time, did she ever tell you who was extorting you?
No.
Did you have a pretty good idea of who it was, though?
I did. I absolutely did.
May I have one moment, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
Before we get to the bump, yesterday we heard a call, which is SX130, where your mom and you are showing your love for Wendy's boyfriend, who she doesn't love, Dave. Do you recall that?
Dave, yeah.
Was your mom involved in Wendy's life?
Yeah, she was involved, but I mean, she cared a lot about her. I mean, she was her mom.
Now, during that call, you talk about how Professor Markel's death was a tragedy. Do you recall that?
Yes, I did.
Did you have any idea at that point in time that you were being listened to by the police?
No idea. I was driving home and I was in the car for a long time, so I was just talking to my mom about everything.
Now, during that call, there is some discussion about Wendy winning the lottery. if you look at the context of the call in its entirety, what are you referring to?
I'm referring to meeting Dave. Dave was a one-of-a-kind catch guy that I liked him a lot. I guess I liked him more than my sister did. But he was a great catch. He was super successful. He used to work for a government agency. Sold his company for a tremendous amount of money. But most importantly, like, he really loved my sister. He really loved my nephews who don't have a dad anymore. And I mean, I even on that call, I was talking about like a 6-year-old farting on his head. I was over there, the kid was farting on his head, and he laughed, and it didn't bother him. So I thought he was a great guy. And he actually even met the Markells, Dan's parents, once with my sister when they were visiting the
A
place.
little bit of head farting.
He was just a great guy.
That's one on
It
Murder
was
Church.
My sister's birthday. That's why
Not on the bingo card.
so much chatter caught about Dave, because I don't think she was inviting him or something. So that's why he became a topic of conversation. And The Wire was from April, and my sister's birthday's in April. So those are probably the most amount of Dave calls I've ever had in my life. But the FBI captured a bunch of Dave calls.
By the way, I saw you get a little emotional there. You love your nephews?
Of course.
Would you ever take their father away from them?
No, never. Never in my years.
Judge, may we approach just briefly?
You may. For the jury, we're going to take a lunch break at this point this morning. Once again, you're going to receive the same instruction that you've gotten since jury selection. Do not ignore any testimony, report back.
Thank you, Your Honor. You're aware of something called the bump, correct?
Oh, here we go.
Yes, I am.
Bump talk.
And you're aware that as a result of the bump, a whole host of calls happen after it, correct?
Yes.
Judge, I promise not to play every call, but we're going to play some. So at this point in time, permission to publish already in evidence, State Exhibit A.
Please proceed.
Charlie, I'm going to play for you call A. This is a call on April 19th, 2016, 2:09 p.m. It's the first call with your mom after the bump. Okay?
So, you know, it's a time night after work or some other tournament in the very near future and you need to speak with them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did someone write a letter to you or something?
That's delivery. Hand delivery.
You're being sued?
No, that's what I thought it was. I'm going to talk to you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, I have to figure out something. You can tell us wherever you are.
Well, I'm in Mitch Klein's office on Park Boulevard. So I'm right now in Skyline Trilogy, and I'll be at his office in the afternoon.
So the boys will finish they finish their piano lesson. We're on the porch, and the traffic of the inmates take a ride with them upstairs.
Did Dad know about this?
The dad's at work today, fortunately.
What's Medicare? The IRS? Or?
You know, the IRS people, they're kind of foggy sometimes, but fortunately not me.
Okay.
So I will talk to you.
Oh my God.
I'll give you a heads up if I'm going to
Nice.
start up that way. Okay? And
Just want you to know that?
No.
Street Trash was fun as hell, VG.
So let me,
Everybody enjoyed that
let
one.
me just talk to you later. And,
What is it? Is it a result okay?
Oh my Lord.
Alright. Does it involve me or other people?
well, probably,
What's that?
I've already heard this. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. We can still watch his reaction. Speed.
You didn't think what is it?
begins rapid blinking. And thanks everyone for hanging out this morning. I appreciate it. Do this every Sunday and Tuesday. Sunday mornings at 9, Tuesday nights at 8. Make sure you got the bell clicked. Pumpkin Porter, welcome in here. This call's long as hell. This call's amazing though.
Charlie, where are you when this call happens?
I'm at Skyline Chili eating a bowl of chili.
Your mom says that she had some paperwork delivered to her. Do you have any clue what she's talking about?
I have no clue what she's talking about.
What do you guess?
I thought it was the IRS.
What else do you guess?
Is everyone's health okay?
Do you think it has anything to do with either your extortion or Professor Markel's murder at this point in time?
No, not at all.
Why are you asking so many questions?
My mom, I know my mom my whole life. She's talking weird on the phone. She's like something's obvious. I can tell something's bothering her, but she's beating around the bush.
Now, your mom says, you say, does it involve me or other people? And your mom responds, well, probably both of us. Probably the two of us. So you probably have a general idea of what I'm talking about. And I want to focus on those statements. Okay? When she says that to you, did you have any clue
Literally
what she
been
was
blowing my
talking
nose all
about?
morning.
No, I think I asked her a few more questions after that. She's like,
Now, as the calls progress, do you know what she's talking about?
by the time I got to the end of the third call, I knew exactly what she was talking. I felt like I knew pretty much what she was talking about.
By that point in time, and I want to go back to this line, does it involve me or other people? Her answer, well, probably both of us, probably the two of us. So you probably have a general idea of what I'm talking about. By the end of figuring out what this was, what did you understand her to be saying here?
By the time I got down to the third call, I realized fully what she was talking about in this call, in that she's getting extorted.
And so why the two of us?
She knows I was extorted 2 years earlier, and it's the same people that are coming to extort her for money. So she's trying to say like it's the same thing that happened to you is happening to me.
And just to be clear, about a month and a half after the extortion of you, who did you tell?
My mom. She's the only person I told.
Now, when she says it's probably the both of us, probably the two of us, you understand the state's theory is that this murder conspiracy was, in addition to Katie, Sigfredo, and Luis Rivera, you, your mom, your dad, your sister. Do you understand that?
I do now, yeah.
She doesn't say probably the four of us, does she?
No, she does not.
She doesn't say all of us, does she?
No.
She says the two of us. Right?
Yeah.
Now, the bump, what was the bump?
The bump was an extortion from Latin King gang members. Or actually, it was the FBI pretending to be Latin King gang members.
Now, on this call, there's discussion about your dad's schedule. Do you recall that?
Yes, I do.
Why was it important? Why do you learn later that it was important what your dad's schedule was?
Because my dad never knew what happened to me. And my mom was going to want to talk to me when my dad wasn't around.
we could go to B, which is a call right after, and it's you calling your mom back. May I publish, Your Honor?
What's up, Shiraz? Welcome in.
Hey, how are you?
Okay.
Good.
No, I didn't.
Did you not see the sun pass?
No.
Kidding. No, listen,
Which one's
what was
this
I
one?
gonna say? Do you mind paying my Brown and Brown insurance?
No.
Okay. Because I'm in the big same company.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is this, if you stay with the same company for 3 years, they can then try to bump you down into a lower bracket.
Oh, okay. So it's a good idea to do that.
So I might as well
Oh,
stay
man.
with them and then hope that that's actually true that they can do what they said about putting it in a lower bracket.
Okay.
Twato. Somebody said that, I think.
Yeah, because I told her that my
You
mom
fucking twat. Twato.
handles like that stuff
There we
in the
go.
office. And then just send them in a check. Because they have to have it before, I want to say the 29th or something.
Okay.
And then do that. And listen, whatever it is, whatever someone sent you, I wouldn't worry too much about anything. I mean, someone can write whatever they want to write.
Alright, I'm gonna speed this one up too. This is the next call between them. I think we've all heard these numerous times. And even in this trial, so let's move on here. Get back to the questioning on said calls.
Honestly, whatever it is, and I would just judging from what you make it sound like, I would
We'll
trust
go
myself.
1.5.
Yeah, listen, people can always write, people can always say anything they want. It doesn't, someone says you're a bad dentist, doesn't mean you're a bad dentist. So, but anyway, I'll definitely come down. It actually works out perfectly because I had the day off.
Okay. So I'll make you pick me up for dinner. So make sure you bring cash with you.
All right.
Okay?
Do I need to bring cash?
Yeah, if I can keep picking me up for dinner, I
want to pause it there. Call your mom back.
Oh my God, I'm
about
dying.
the sun pass. Does that have anything to do with this case, the sun pass? Is it code?
Sun pass is not code.
Why do you mention the sun pass?
Because a couple weeks earlier, my sun pass had gotten stolen out of the car from a valet. I didn't realize it. My parents were getting all these bills, so they make a big deal about little things sometimes. So whatever it was, I was making fun of my mom. I thought she was like a small issue, like a sun pass thing.
And you then start talking about Brown and Brown insurance. What's Brown and Brown insurance? Is that code?
No, that was actually the reason I called her back. Is in the last call I forgot to tell her that I had to pay that insurance. Otherwise, if my insurance lapses, they'll cancel the policy, and it was due. So it was due by the 29th.
You then start making more guesses. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, still at a loss for what's going on.
You bring up Yelp. You bring up getting sued, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, any clue whatsoever what this is about at this point in time?
No, it just sounded really weird on the first call.
Okay. Then we get to the part that we just stopped. And she says to you, I will make you take me out to dinner, so make sure you bring cash with you. At that point in time, what
know, it
happened to your
kills me.
demeanor? You can hear it on the call. What happened?
Thank you,
I
Brooklyn.
stuttered. I
I'm dying
repeat
from
back to her what
allergy
she just
attacks.
said. I'm like, I got to bring cash with me. Like it was so out of place.
Why did that happen at that point in time?
I think she was trying to hint to me that she's getting extorted.
So what was odd about you bringing cash to dinner?
I put everything I possibly can on my credit card. That's how I've ended up saving up so much cash. But,
And let's hear how you respond.
yeah.
That's probably a good idea, right?
Yeah. Was this? I should bring cash. I don't have much cash to bring.
No. I'll see if I have another today. Let's see what I can share.
Was it? Can I ask you, is someone blackmailing you?
Let's just say it's a possibility.
You think someone's trying to blackmail you?
Maybe.
No. That's crazy. Is there I don't really have blackmail, but is there any way I can see you? You can come up here at all?
Difficult because I don't think the answers would be for that service, and even if I came up with us and got the 5:15, it was tough to, necessarily get back here in time for the 6 months.
Was this, can I just ask you this? Is this anything government related, or is it like a black job writing a letter to you?
Like this?
Is it like a black job writing a letter to you, or is this government related?
No, I don't know what
It's not government or military or anything like that.
No.
Who was the letter addressed to?
Me.
To you. That's crazy. Did it have do you know who sent it to you?
No, it's a good idea. But, just think about it in a different way. Either, if you would like to, I would definitely, get back here in time for them to
Is it, so whoever sent you the letter sent you an anonymous letter? Did they sign it?
It's crazy to listen to these again.
So someone showed up with like a process server?
This Jerry's like, dear God, Rash.
It wasn't.
Puzzle pieces, guys. Puzzle pieces. They're all getting lined up.
Right.
5 feet from pressing the button so that it's supposed to speak, so that's very important.
Right.
And this is the end of the project.
Puzzle pieces.
Okay, so we say
Let's talk about this call. You ask your mom after she tells you to bring cash, is someone blackmailing you? And she says it's a good possibility. Now what are you thinking?
I'm starting to evaluate. I still don't have an idea, but I was extorted 21 months earlier, so I'm starting to evaluate: is it related to that, or what could it be?
And are you growing more concerned?
Very, yeah.
And you ask her who the letter was addressed to. Why do you ask her that?
Because I was the one who was extorted 21 months earlier. I had no idea why they'd be going to my mom. If
Now,
it was related to me.
You then mentioned the possibility of seeing your mom tonight, and she doesn't want to see you tonight. Why doesn't she want to see you?
Because she's watching the boys, and she didn't want Wendy to ask her, where were you? And have to tell her, what's going on.
Now, again, I thought, according to the state's theory, Wendy is a co-conspirator in this case, right?
That's part of their theory.
Now, you then say on this, is the person threatening you or anything? Why are you asking that?
Because on the night of the 18th, I was told if you don't pay in 48 hours, you're going to get killed. So I was trying to compare it to what happened to me to see if is this related to what happened to me.
You later tell her that your advice to her is going to be to go to the police. Why would your advice to her to go to the police at this point in time?
Because I don't think it's related to what happened to me. When I asked my mom, are they threatening you? She was like, well, maybe. You never know how to interpret these things. And it was very clear what the threat was to me on the 18th. So okay, then it's something unrelated to, at that level of seriousness. Maybe it's something involving code enforcement or OSHA or somebody messing with them. So I was just like, all right, just go to the police.
Now, towards the end of the call, you say it wouldn't be the first time I'm being threatened. Do you recall that?
Yeah.
What were you referring to?
When I was extorted 21 months earlier, I was threatened. So I was trying to compare it to that to see is it possibly related to what happened to me.
At the end of this call, do you know what is going on yet?
I only want to
No,
call it at 11.
I don't know what's going on yet.
Let's go to the third call, which is 12 minutes later.
Under control.
And this is C.
Lord. Lord. Next call.
This is at 3 o'clock p.m. between you and your mom.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, sorry about that. Quick question for you. Well, one thing I was going to tell you is obviously don't talk about things in the apartment or any place.
So, obviously,
The other thing is
That sounds horrible.
White, Hispanic,
what?
and they just came up to you and they said your name and they handed you a piece of paper.
No, no, didn't want to right away. First me for a while, and then handed it to me.
Really? And were they wearing hats, sunglasses, or?
No, nothing. Nothing. Describe them to you.
What that? You could describe them to us?
No, nothing.
Was the person nervous?
Describe
or
him
they
to a T.
Totally fine.
That's really crazy. Are they trying to ask for money or something?
Yeah.
But it's only trying to do nothing. If it's something like that, I'll probably like go to the police. But no problem.
I mean, have to, that's rather close to people. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't, you hear somebody out there all the time that tries to do stuff like that.
oh, no.
So
That's why. Please, don't bother us that.
don't say anything too bad. If I take a look at it, you kind of try to look
Absolutely.
at everything.
That's what I suggested. That's what it was.
Did the person give you any kind of like time frame or anything?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it exactly what they asked for?
I don't know, the TV was probably about 5.
They asked you for $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, hey,
And then she,
5K skis.
Hi, Sandra. Good morning.
I'm already giving 3,000 a fucking. What was it 3,000 a month to
that's
Katie?
crazy. Let me take a look at it,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll go from there.
Okay, we got one. Yeah.
We'll hear the question here.
Now, in the 12 minutes before this call, had you started to put the pieces together and figure out what was going on a little bit?
A little bit. I was thinking about the first call and the second call, and the more I thought about it, I thought this is related to what happened to me. Somehow this is related to it.
And what does your attention shift to in the very beginning of this call?
I wanted to compare it to what happened to me 21 months earlier to see are these the same people that are doing this.
And so the first question you asked, were they black, white, or Hispanic? Why do you ask that question?
Because I always suspected that it was Sigfredo that did it. I mean, process in my head, that was my first guess, and that's who I would have guessed it was. When I met him, he was an angry guy, and I was trying to see is this somebody fitting his description that's maybe coming to my mom and doing this.
Why do you ask her? Did they give you a time frame?
Because that night I was told you got 48 hours to pay up. I'm trying to compare it to, is this person telling my mom you got 48 hours to pay up?
Now, she says no, but it is clear what is wanted. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And then she says, this TV is probably about 5. Now, before we get there, in the very start of the call, you say don't talk about anything in the apartment or any place. Why do you say that to your mom?
Well, that was one of the first things I told her when I told her what had happened to me when I got extorted and was picking up the checks from her. It was to never talk about it with anybody, not talk about it on the phone, don't talk in the apartment, is that there's always a chance that the police are listening.
And what would you be afraid the police were listening to if you didn't do a murder?
I never wanted anyone to know I was extorted.
Why didn't you want the police to know you were extorted? What would happen if the police knew you were extorted?
They would come talk to me.
And what would happen if they came and talked to you? What did you think would happen at that point?
If they came to talk to me, if I decided to talk to them, I'd have to tell them what happened to me. And if I told them what happened to me, my life would be in danger. These people would come find me, they'd find someone in my family. I mean, they don't care.
Now, going back to the TV comment, where she says, this TV is probably about 5. Did you have code words with your mom that TV? I think they said. Did you have that shoot? What TV equals?
Yeah, explain the code words to us, Rash.
Did TV? Was it a code word?
There is absolutely no code word involving TV whatsoever.
Now, by the way,
You got up close with that, and you can even see when he's lying. Like, God, he's terrible at this.
response is it?
Smug prick.
No, it's an air conditioner. Your response is they want $5,000. Was there any code there?
Not at all. I just wanted to clarify what was being said to me, to repeat it back.
Your mom then brings up that they brought up an
Major let me talk to your manager vibes from that toe video.
ex-girlfriend.
Daria.
Do you remember that?
I do.
Now, Ms. Kappelman, in her cross-examinations, went through how you had several ex-girlfriends after Katie Magbanua. You recall that?
I do.
Did any of your other ex-girlfriends become involved in a situation where you were extorted?
I only had one ex-girlfriend whose friends extorted me.
So once she brings up your ex-girlfriend, did you have a pretty good idea of what was going on?
Oh, I knew exactly what was going on at this point. Well, almost exactly what was going on.
By the way, also during this call, you again remind your mom not to say anything to your father, right?
Yes, I did.
At the end of this call, what do you decide to do?
I'm going to give Katie a call.
And why are you going to reach out to Katie?
I want to see if her friends extorting my mom that she knows of, because she sure knew what had happened to me.
We're going to now publish D, Your Honor, already in evidence.
You may.
This is a call between you and
All right.
Catherine Magbanua.
Stop
at
before the next
4:27
call
p.m.
starts
on that
here.
same day, correct?
Yes.
You want to use your headphones?
Yeah, I am going to call it a little bit early today because my sinuses are killing me. I thought it was going to calm down, and it is not calming down. It's actually accelerating. So I'm going to go chill out. I'm going to see if I can make them do something else and make them calm down. But yeah, everybody came through here this morning. Thank you all very much. Ember, good morning. Good morning. We're working our way through this. We still got about halfway. We're at the halfway point, rather, through the Charlie Adelson testimony, and I can't wait for some cross here from Georgia. But everybody, this morning, thank you all so much for coming through. I appreciate it. I still got some cool stuff happening today on the Wrestle Plunge channel. After you leave this stream, it is going to take you to Wrestle Plunge, to my tonight 6 Eastern stream. I got a new promotion that we're starting up, and we have a lot of fun on Sunday nights on there, so I'd appreciate it. Even if you don't watch it with me, when you jump in there, hit the old like, help the channel out. But I've also got a video dropping at 4:45 Eastern on there as well, and I'm going to try to pull out the funniest part from Thursday night's body camera reaction stream, at least at some point, to make a video here on Publicly Buzzed as well. But everyone, thank you all so much for coming through. I really freaking appreciate it. And yeah, I'm going to go see if I can deal with this allergy situation that I got going on, because it's annoying. Need some Sudafed. Yeah. All these things. Everyone, thank you all very much. It's the weather, man. The weather's crazy. Yesterday was a beautiful day. It's probably cold out there today. Just never know what's happening. But thank you all so much, everybody. I'll see you this week. Let's go.
This verse